Hey. Oh, hey, y'all. I'm sorry, man. I'm sitting there. I was trying to go live on a couple of my other devices so I could stream on my Instagram accounts too. But man, I don't know. Something backfired, man. So anybody that caught that little glimpse right there on Instagram, my bag, I deleted it. Didn't show anything inappropriate or anything. But hey, I wanted to jump on this live to talk to you about um, this promotion I'm doing with on my website. Couple of programs I created a little while back, very informative programs, especially for people that are new to real estate, just getting involved in real estate. I discounted them heavily down from their normal sales price to make them more affordable and accessible for you. And what I'm talking about is number one, I have a program called How to Invest in Real Estate the Right Way. And it's a step by step system to show you how to start flipping houses and start making money, which is what we're talking about. And if you watch any of our shows here on Real Estate Heat TV, I'm sure that you've known that we're real big on teaching you the techniques and strategies and giving you advice on how you can succeed and become successful in real estate. And that's really what our focus is. We like to give you that knowledge, but there are certain things that we can't just do all in just one show. So that's why I created these courses. So number one is how to buy real estate the right way. And like I said, it's a step-by-step system for flipping to start flipping houses and start making money. Excuse me. And what it's going to teach you is it's a 14 module course, and it's going to teach you everything from all of the different the three main buying strategies: fix and flip, the buy and hold, the buy, rehab, and flip. Those are real popular. I'm talking about assignments. I'm talking about wholesaling. I'm talking about um, how to find buyers, how to find sellers, how to find off market properties, different techniques and different strategies that you need to be successful. So hey, if you get a chance, go ahead and take a look at my website. I have that program there with a lot more detail on www.anthonylegins.com. And also, I have just introduced called the land contract system. So if you're here on watching any of our shows, you'll know that we do a lot of talking about seller financing. And seller financing is another name for land contracts. So what we like to do is just inform you about different strategies and different ways and techniques that you can take advantage of. But like in this course right here, I just like put it all together, like just laid it out basically step by step from beginning to end on everything you need to know about a land contract. What is a land contract? How to find houses on land contracts? How to make offers on land contracts? All the things that you need to look out for and all the factors you need to consider. I dispel a lot of rumors. I even tell you how to take advantage of commercial real estate properties and even business opportunities, believe it or not, that are for sale on land contract. And in addition, I also give you a blank land contract. I'll give you a blank land contract addendum. I give you a blank land contract memorandum, which is used to file with the public records to show your interest in the property on the land contract when you buy a land contract. And then I also provide you with the 44-page training course manual. Okay. So you get all of these things, all of this value. Go ahead and check it out. AnthonyLegins.com. Once you learn that land contract method, you'll know how to use leverage to acquire high value assets. And that's what, real estate is. It's a high value asset. And it's all about leverage. These are some of the same techniques I've used I've bought properties on land contract for as low as $1,000 down, and in some cases I've worked out deals where it's zero down. It's just really about the negotiation and the creativity, because when you're dealing with seller financing, you're dealing with the individual seller. You're not dealing with a bank per se, where they just have strict guidelines and standards. With the land contract, you're able to negotiate and come to terms with the best terms, that you can work out between you and the seller of the property. And in my land contract method, that system is going to tell you everything that you need to know. It's very informative. And then I also reveal one of my little known best kept secrets on where to find land contracts for sale all throughout the United States. And I'm talking about single family homes, condos, commercial buildings. You can find them for sale all throughout the United States. This is a little known website. I don't even think they advertise. I don't know how, they even get the word out there, but I know they primarily work through different agents sometimes. But this website, you're gonna want to know this one, especially if you're looking to get serious into seller financing, because they have a lot of great opportunities. And once I found out about them a few years ago, I've put a few of my clients onto them, and they bought commercial buildings, investment properties. So it's a great resource. And it's not, and some of these properties aren't even on the MLS. So, hey, go ahead when you get a chance. Visit AnthonyLegins.com. I just wanted to jump on here on this live real quick. I wanted to go live on some of my other channels as well, some of my other media, but unfortunately I was having technical difficulties. And, I'm thankful, because I was looking on my phone, trying to go on Instagram, and you can like pinch and zoom yourself. So I was small, so I didn't see that I was sitting there just in my boxers before I got on live. So if I'd have hit that button, you guys would have got more than a preview. So I went and threw on some jeans. You know how we be at, just sitting around, sometimes want to jump on and go live, and you're not fully clothed per se. So yeah, that would have been what did they used to call that back in the day? Wardrobe malfunction. But yeah, hey, but let me tell you a little bit about my background though, because I give little bits and pieces sometimes, but I don't really go deep into it all the time. So I was born and raised in Detroit. I went to school in Detroit. I grew up in the Rosedale Park neighborhood. It's considered the northwest side, west side of Detroit. I went to Vital Middle School, which, I don't even know if Vital is still open anymore. I think it's owned by a church or something now. But I went there from like 3rd grade to 8th grade. Then went to high school, had some challenges. Let's just say, growing up as a teenager, being a young man in the city of Detroit, and got into a little bit of trouble, but I did finally make it out of those situations. And went on throughout my 20s, did a lot of just different sales jobs, just testing out, just different careers, trying to find myself. I even actually went into the Navy uh, for a couple of years when I first let me see, I was about 20 actually. I was about 20 when I went to the Navy, I think. So I did serve our country for a short time there. Found out that the Navy life wasn't, submarines. I was on submarines. Found out that that really wasn't for me. So I said I got out, got a little adventurous, you know, got into a little bit of trouble. I can't, say that I was on the straight and narrow all through my 20s, but finally got some guidance and direction from my grandfather. When I was about maybe 29, getting ready to go on 30, because I was just kind of out there a little bit, couldn't figure out what I wanted to do and couldn't decide on what path I wanted to take. And so, he told me, I should get into real estate. And I'm like, okay. So at the time I was living in Detroit in this subdivision called Brightmoor. And if anybody knows about Detroit, they know Brightmoor is, a pretty rough part of town. And I was living there, and I was actually staying with a friend of mine, staying in his basement. So, I didn't even have my own crib. I'm staying with one of my boys and his family in their basement. That's how down I was at the time. And I you know, I don't really like telling these type of things, but I'm gonna put it out there for you. So yeah, I was staying there, living in his basement, and my grandfather paid for me to go to real estate school. Now, I didn't have a car, right? So um, I had a friend's wife had this old beat up purple Saturn LS. I think it's like a 9091. I don't know, you're gonna have to Google it. I don't have any pictures of it, but those Saturns are just like they're little cars, and this one was beat up. You know what I'm saying? And they sold it to me because it couldn't go over 30 miles per hour. So I'm driving this old beat up raggedy Saturn, and they let me buy it on a payment plan. Excuse me, I forgot to throw that in. I was able to give her like $50 a week or something. She didn't want nothing but like $400 for it, but I didn't have nothing, right? So getting around, just beating around town in this beat up purple Saturn, doing 30 miles an hour. Thankfully, I finally was able to get out to the dealership, and it was actually just a simple fix. It actually just cost me a couple $100 to get it running above, 30. But it didn't do anything for how I looked, right? So anyway, I was driving this beat up purple Saturn. I was went to real estate school. I passed my test. I got on with this real estate company called Real Estate One in Detroit. And they had an office on Grand River and near Southfield Freeway, if anybody's familiar with the area. It was right across the street from Grand Land Shopping Center, where it's Food Land and McDonald's. And I know the area very well because I grew up. I grew up over there. Me and my friends used to hang out around there and always go up there to that McDonald's, and used to be a Blockbuster up there back in the day and all of that. But anyway, I got on working in real estate one, and I'm still driving that beat up car, y'all. And it's crazy because my grandfather and my uncle, they gave me some like real nice clothes to wear. So I'm like wearing these real fancy clothes, dress shoes, looking sweet, but I'm jumping up out this all raggedy, beat up car, man, so I'm kind of embarrassed about that part. So, I used to like sometimes just like park the car around the corner or down the street and just walk down to the house or something when I had to meet clients so that they wouldn't see what I was driving. You know what I'm saying? So, you got to do what you got to do, right? But thankfully, I was able to, I caught on real quickly with the real estate and became pretty successful in my first year. Actually, my first couple years, but in my first year. So after a few months, I was able to upgrade from that old beat up Saturn to I had, what did I grab? I think I bought a Chevy Blazer. I had like a Chevy Blazer that I bought. I'd always wanted one of those because um, one of my favorite rappers back in the day named Heavy D. He had this verse that used to go, car, Chevy, 4x4 Blazer. And, I always wanted one, man. It's like, I want one because Heavy D had one, right? But so I got the Blazer and, it was an upgrade. And, I was able to go on. I did 5 million in sales in my first year. Did another 5 million plus in my second year and just been having success ever since, I've been doing this since 2004. So I got on before the real estate crash. If any of you got, anybody remembers the real estate crash back in 2007, 2008. So before that time, it was like super easy to sell a house. I mean, basically anybody could get a loan on a property and, it wasn't that difficult to get on. I basically used to say anybody that had a pulse, and could breathe could get along because they were doing things that were like called stated. So they're like basically you state your income, you state your employment, and as long as you have your 700 plus credit score, they'd run you through the door. And then even sometimes underneath a 700 credit score, you put down a down payment. And, but it was all types of shenanigans and shady things going on back in them times that I stayed out of, but I was aware of because I was seeing and hearing about it going on. But, I'm like, I didn't want any parts of that because I had just got licensed and, I'm like, no, I'm good, but hey, that crash came and it flipped the script. So I had to flip the script, because I had just gotten married. Two little, my kids were babies, at that time, and we like still had to eat. So that's when I learned that land contract game. So I was doing them land contracts since about, say probably about 2009. Yeah, about 2009, 2010 era. Where I really learned that land contract sort of financing real deep because nobody in Detroit could get a loan to buy a property. You either had to have cash or you were renting. Okay, those are basically your two options. You couldn't get a loan to buy a house for years in Detroit after the crash. And also, or land contract was another option. So I really learned the land contract game. So and I kind of stuck with it. I never let it go because not only have I been able to help, I mean, definitely dozens. I mean, if not over, in the hundreds of people getting on with land contract properties. I've also bought and sold a lot. I mean, for myself personally as well. I like to buy properties on land contract. I feel like that's one of the best ways to leverage your money, especially if you're having cash. So, say for example, you have $50,000, right? So you're going to use that 50,000 to buy one property, and you're going to have a tenant in that property that ideally is going to be paying you on time every month, and then you'll be receiving your return on your investment on that 50 with that one property. So what if you could take that same 50 and break it down, you know what I'm saying, to say 10,000, 10,000 chunks. So and then you could take that 10,000 and buy 5 different properties with $10,000 down on land contract. Now you have 5 properties that you own, right? That you're using your leverage on. Okay, because when you buy a house on land contract, you're the owner. You're not like a lease or a lease with option or rent to own. It's actually you're the actual owner. Just like if you got a mortgage and bought it from the bank. So I feel like you could take it if you're working with cash, you could take that cash and leverage yourself better and dramatically increase your net worth because you're going to be worth a lot more owning 5 houses with that 50 than just owning the one house with that 50, if you follow what I'm saying. So that's one of the main reasons I'm a fan of land contracts is because of the leverage aspect. And then you're dealing with owners with different individuals. So they're not always worried about the credit. You know what I'm saying? They're not always worried about pretty much a lot of those things that the banks are worried about, all the paperwork, all the applications and all of that stuff. Rarely, in some cases it does happen, but I would say let's say if I put it percentage wise, I say about 70% of the time, as long as you have a down payment, you can pretty much get in the door on a land contract. And you can't really say that with the mortgage or with a bank because you could have the down payment all day, but if you don't have the credit and the employment and W-2s and 1040s and a whole plethora of paperwork, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter if you got the down payment or not. They don't care, right? But with the land contract and seller financing, hey, got that down payment? Come on, let's close, So like, I think the last house I sold not too long ago was on land contract, or at least one of the last houses I sold for sure. So yeah, definitely take a look, AnthonyLegins.com. My system, the land contract method, I go deep into it. I say I give you the 44-page training course manual. I'm giving you a blank land contract. I'm giving you a blank land contract addendum. I'm giving you a blank land contract memorandum. All of these forms that you could use. You'll also get a special offer when you visit the website. So, hey, go ahead and take a look. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this live. I'm about to figure out these technical difficulties I've had with trying to get live on my other channels. But anybody that was able to tune in, I hope that you caught this. I hope that this benefited you some. I hope, maybe you got a laugh or a smile out of it. This is real estate coach and mentor Anthony Legins. Catch you next time on my show, How to Buy the Hood, streaming now on Real Estate Heat TV. Peace.